All right, buddy. Welcome to the football show presented by KG Law Firm. I should have a paper bag on my head as we start today, considering the New York Football Giants. Cookies, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing a lot better than Scatterbo's ankle.
Well, listen, if your feet are pointed in the right direction, you had a better day than Cam Scatterbo. That was disgusting, and do not go look that up, people. Now, listen, if you have doubts as to whether Jim and I are chefs, so to speak, no. We're cooking we are doing chicken salad out of chicken shit. This was not a good day for NFL football, but we've got plenty for you. So thank you for joining us.
No, a lot of blowouts, a lot of garbage, but we have some headlines. We got our big five.
But listen, there's a couple of things here as we get to the big five brought to you by KG Law. I'm proud of you. That's all I want to say. Proud of you because I saw something we've only seen in theory play out in real life. And you are so married to your takes. I actually wanted something to happen on your behalf, and it did. So with that, we're going to get to it right now. Let's start it. Jets, Jets. What the hell did I watch? 70 total points between the Bengals and the Jets. The Jets get the win. 2-touchdown comeback late. But this is the thing. I have been yelled at by this man, people, so much about analytics. And teams are down 14 and they score and then they're going for 2 and my head explodes. I'm like, what are you doing? And Jim's answer, and I don't want to be disrespectful because normally I would do like a parakeet voice. Mike, it's about winning the game. And if you go for 2, then you score next time, you win the game. One problem. And hold on. Wait a second before you bruise your shoulder blades there, Cookies. I've never actually seen it play in real life. I've never seen it happen. It's like time travel. I've heard of the concept. I've never seen it work. Like, where's Scott Bakula from Quantum Leap? He's nowhere. But it worked. It happened. And it was the Jets who did it.
At least you understand it. The TV broadcast is like, this is interesting. Like, they've never heard of the concept. If you think you can convert a 2-point conversion at a 50% clip, can you get 1 or 2? You're playing to win the game and not go to overtime. And it's Aaron Glenn.
I supported it because they're 0-7. What the hell do you have to lose?
You should support it normally. Unless you got a Stone Age offense, they can't get 2 yards. You should do it every time. Fourth quarter, down 2 scores. You get the touchdown. You go for 2. If you get it like they did, Breece Hall, makes a big play later in the game, but you make your big play to set that up. Because now when they make that play later in the game, they win. And if, Mike, they didn't get it, right, they had to challenge if they didn't get it, well, you're going to go for 2 the second time to tie. But you think you're getting at least 1. Like, you understand it.
I do.
And I love that it played out because more coaches should be doing this stuff.
I love that it played out because it proved that it has historically ever happened because I've never seen it work, but it did here. I'm proud of you.
We got a lot of old school coaches. Like, it's going to happen more and it's going to work more if more of these guys trust it.
Question on the Bengals, and I don't want to overreact, but a loss like this kind of is worth like 2. You lost to the 0 for Jets. I know Flacco looks good. I understand he's played good football, but Jim, deadline coming up. You got to be sellers, right? I know everything you read and hear, Bengals are all in to try to win. It's like, guys, don't you have to dangle Hendrickson out there?
When they were about to win the game and be 4-4, you stay on the tracks.
Correct.
You're 3-5. Problem is Hendrickson left a game with a hip injury. So until you get a clean bill of health, that's going to throw that in the air.
I just think you got to start selling. Because it's got to be about supporting Burrow next year. But we've spent enough time. But congratulations, Aaron Glenn. I'm happy the guy got a win. Yeah. I'm happy we don't have to do an 0-17 show.
No.
Number 2, this is one I'm actually pissed about. I want to talk about the what did you put here? Hot Atlanta, hot mess. Yeah. Look, Raheem Morris is not a serious coach. He's not a serious human being, and he should be fired. Like, now. That's a joke. That was the single worst performance of the day. It's the second time you've pulled this shit. You go 30-0 against Carolina, 0 excuse. And then today against the god-awful, the Tua was out there with 1 eye. The injury report is eye, illness. What? And you get dump trucked. Cousins is a grifter. Hey, Kirk, retire. Go sit by your fire pit like you did on Netflix. But Raheem Morris has to be fired. Every time Atlanta gets to a point where you remotely think they might be able to put something together, here's old Capri Pants on the sidelines, and he just basically takes a giant shit. You got to fire this guy. It's no different than what I deal with on Saturdays. Do you envision Raheem Morris hoisting the Paul Lombardi Trophy? Do I envision Jonathan Smith speaking? No. Do I envision Jonathan Smith ever hoisting anything? Even his heads. He can't even hoist the microphone. Hoist. You got to fire Raheem Morris. Agree, disagree?
I'm not going to fight you on it. No, today, this is the worst performance. They doubled up in penalties. They couldn't run the ball. They're 2 of 11 on third down. And there is a third down. Kirk Cousins not on the same page, and he gets over to the sideline. And I'm thinking, there's no chance anybody's trading for this dude at the deadline. This was his chance to audition for a softer landing somewhere else. He's done.
No, he can't play. He hurt his Achilles 2 years ago, and that was the end. We just didn't know it. He cannot play. But look, that's a good roster. That is a team that can win, Jim. Like they just need leadership. Raheem Morris is a nothing.
So they're going to finish like 7-10, and you're going to sit there and you're going to say, I got a young quarterback, I got a young roster. If I had the right guy providing stability and leadership, they could flip 2 or 3 more games, and now you're a 10-win football team.
Yeah, they could be a Super Bowl team because they have young talent on defense. They got young talent on offense. How do you play a football game today? Drake London doesn't catch a ball.
But people think about it. All the blowouts today, you can't fight it. That was the worst.
Oh, if you said right now, what are the 2 worst performances of the year? I probably could put Atlanta 1 and 2. They got the gold and the silver.
Yeah, they got the Carolina game where they lost 30-0, and then they get this matchup, this juicy matchup against the Dolphins team that we think is quit, right? That everybody runs on, and you've got Bijan. Mike, he didn't do anything. They didn't do anything.
Brutal. And I view it as a good job. Just get Raheem Morris gone. Unserious human. You have something here, the best team that nobody talks about, and it's a team that puzzles me, and boy, did I get it wrong today because I happen to like Dallas. Oh, mamacita. That was an absolute good thing. I just pushed my food around the plate. I had the over and the Cowboys. We'll just move along. What the hell do we do with Denver?
Yeah, it's hard to figure out, right? Because I'm not going to tell you they're the best team in football, but they're better than people realize. Their only 2 losses are road losses by a field goal at the buzzer. And we know their defense is ferocious. We know Bo Nix in his second year has flashed. Yeah. Mike, this is a 6-2 football team, and I don't really know what to make of them other than I don't think anybody discusses them as a 6-2 football team.
No, I just feel like week to week there's not really a baseline. They're very confusing, and maybe part of it is, did we get too comfortable with Bo Nix that we thought there would be a higher level in year 2? Maybe it's a little bit of that CJ Stroud second year kind of regression, or Jaden Daniels. Defensively, they put up some good numbers, but then there's performances laced in there where you go, what the hell is this? Including last week, by the way. Like, how did you get cut up by the Giants? When they're good, I feel like they could make the Super Bowl. And when they're bad, I feel like essentially they could just be Raheem Morris's relative. I don't know what to do with them. Today, they were splendid. I mean, they really were. And if you told me Patrick Surtain was going to leave that game early,
right,
against that offense, I'd go, oh, man, you better put up 40. Oh, they put up 40. It's just their defense balled out of control. I don't know what to say. They are as volatile. I wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs. If they're on a good day, Jim, you're going home.
Well, think about it. So they've won 5 in a row. Knicks in that time, 10 touchdown passes, 2 picks. He's run for a couple. They beat Philly in that stretch. Puzzling team because at the same time, you're right. We've seen them at their worst. We've seen them struggle. They beat the Jets. Like, that's one of those 5 wins, but it was like a 13-11 game. Like,
correct.
They're entirely a tough team to figure out.
So let me ask you this question. Now, I wouldn't dare bring up the Chiefs because I know your love affair with them. Okay. Your love for them is like Taylor's love for Travis. But right here, right now, if I put Denver on the road in Buffalo, divisional round, catching 3.5, what are you doing?
I'm probably still taking Buffalo.
Okay. I just wanted to see if the confidence level was there. Because, man, when they're right, they're I got to figure this team out. They are a riddle and a mystery for me.
Well, and as they sit today, they're in first place in their division, haven't played the Chiefs at all. So we're going to get 2 of those games.
Yeah, they played them really tough last year. Wasn't it the missed extra point game, like 14-13 in Arrowhead? I know it's not. I know it's not relevant based on this is a different Chiefs team, but I was just thinking about it last year. Like they played them tough. I want to go to maybe the favorite thing of the day because no one is married to their takes more than James Anthony Costa. Jim is a conviction about things. It is admirable. And one of them is his belief that the Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 1-5, are about to rise like the phoenix. They are about to come up out of the ocean like Leviathan, and they are going to win the AFC North, and all will be right with the world. And I want to tell you, it was your best pick of the week. You got screwed because Lamar didn't play. You caught yourself with your pants down, laying 6.5. But the Ravens did the trick. So you start with the positive. You deserve it. You've been faithful to it. And then I'll have a word on the Bears. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard of people peacocking. I want a raven flock, if that's equivalent here.
What the hell is a raven flock?
That's what they call themselves, Ravens flock. But you wanted to bury him, and I said, no, hold on, I don't want to do it. And then I started to really get invested in this take. So now I'm stubbornly committed to the Ravens winning this division. And it does make sense. So today, they don't have Lamar. They still win the game by double digits. The run game's back. The defense with a big takeaway in the fourth quarter. I don't know what Caleb Williams was doing. We'll get to that in a second. But for Baltimore to come out of their bye week, all jokes about getting rid of the ping pong tables aside, a healthy defense, and now their schedule sets up for them to win for the next 5. And what do you know? You're a 500 football team going down the stretch where they'll play Pittsburgh twice. Lamar should be back. I'm hoping Thursday for the sake of the take when they play the Dolphins, but he's got to be coming back soon. There's more meat on this bone for Baltimore.
Only you view things in this lens of for the sake of the take. Let me hit the Bears for 1 second. Nothing Jim said, nothing you said is wrong, and I'm not trying to argue any of it. So let's not go there.
Yeah.
Bears were dog shit today. See, the Bears were just a different version of Atlanta. And it does mark something is like whether you do this for a living or you just enjoy the NFL, you form opinions and you're like, hey man, this team might be for real. The hardest thing to do in this league besides win is keep winning. It is to graduate to the point where you just string a good month, a good 6 or 8 weeks together. Not that you go undefeated, but if you're the Bears and you won 4 in a row and you go on the road and there's no Lamar Jackson and it's a Ravens team that while they did get some pieces back, some like Metabikwe is not coming back. You can't go on the road and play that way. And I thought early in the game, they were in huge trouble. They drove the field twice and they didn't score a touchdown. Yep. You are not winning in this league kicking field goals, especially on the road. And then the Caleb thing, Jim, the next 2 weeks, anything other than Caleb looking great and them winning the next 2 against the Bengals and the Giants, don't waste my time with the Bears in the month of December. This is it. We talked about they had a 3-game rip. You got to go 2-1. Well, they screwed the pooch right on debut. I mean, they literally tripped up the stairs picking their date up for dinner.
Caleb's got the ball fourth quarter, chance to drive the field, and they can't get out of their shadow of their own goalpost. Mike, he's late over the middle. He doesn't throw a touchdown, but he does give him a back-breaking interception. And look, on this win streak they've had where they've won 4 in a row, I don't want to take any of the starch out of it or the credit out of it, but they were +3 in the turnover differential in every single one of them. So when that comes down to earth and you got to play in some tough environments and some closer games, look, they're certainly not there yet.
No, and I'm going to tell you this, I know we can't go there right now, but Jim, Ben Johnson's going to kill this kid. Ben Johnson wants on time, on schedule, precision, and a 70% completion rate. That's not Caleb.
More polar opposite. He's off schedule. He's creative. He colors outside the lines. And at USC years ago, it's been years, guys, he won a Heisman Trophy doing it. It doesn't translate to the NFL. There is one Patrick Mahomes. Time, target. Plant your back.
There's 2.
The ball out. Read the defense.
There's 2 Mahomes, the kid at Nebraska. All right, last one. I have a PSA for people. I'm very proud to announce I have come up with a brand new, innovative, groundbreaking way to enjoy your Sundays. I have never enjoyed, especially with the Lions, because we emanate from Detroit, the Lions on bye week. I have never enjoyed the work of Red Zone and Scott Hansen more than today. I muted it. And I have to tell you, it was spectacular. Jim, it was spectacular. All of the football action, all the highlights. You know what I didn't hear? Octobox, situation in Cincinnati. I didn't hear Scott Hansen pretending he knows football. I didn't hear his opinions. I didn't hear his faux excitement. You know what I did? peace and quiet. It was amazing. I had my laptop out. I honestly, if my dad was over the house, I would have turned on some Dean Martin for him and we would have watched it that way. Jim, people, I encourage you. This is not like skydiving where I'm saying, try it. You're going to love it. This is more like you go to a restaurant and I'm like, cookies, try the veal. It's good. Just try this next Sunday for 15 minutes. I'm not even asking you to do it for almost 2 hours like I did. It was heaven. It was meditative. Jim, 15 minutes. You're going to love it.
You hate Scott Hansen so much. It's almost admirable how much you hate this guy.
I hate him more than communism. I hate Scott Hansen more than world hunger. I think he is the bubonic plague of broadcast.
Look, sometimes he takes us down a path, and I don't even think he knows where we're going, and he gives us bad info. And I get it. I do.
Can you try it?
I need some bad, but Mike, maybe it's like younger. I need sound. I need something going on in the background.
Why don't you turn on some of your hipster music? You strike me as one of those guys. Maybe you got a hot new independent band you want to listen to. No. I don't care what you do. Fucking whistle a tune. Do whatever you like. 15 minutes.
I will make the commitment to you, not next week because the Lions are playing at 1, but before the end of the season.
Okay. People, trust me. I promise you're going to love it. I sound like the suit guy. What the hell's that guy's name? You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee you're going to love the all-new Red Zone, this time featuring nothing.
Silence.
All right. Let's get a word from our sponsor, shall we?
So let's do it. Let's tell you about KG Law. The football show is brought to you by KG Law. You've been on these roads. People are maniacs. If you or someone you love is in a car accident, don't mess around. Get someone who cares about you. 877-KG-CARES, kgcares.com. You get the extra attention from a law firm that cares and puts you first. KG Law specializes in car accidents, so they're not going to leave money on the table. They're not going to settle for some lousy insurance lowball. Get my guy, Lawrence KG, and KG Law at 877-KG-CARES. That's KAJY, kgcares.com.
All right, let's get to the rundown brought to you by Hungry Howie's. We do start with what did my father do in a past life to deserve this? Eagles 38, Giants 20, but it's not the loss. I think we all knew this was going to be a little bounce back spot for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Cam Scatterboot done for the year plus. Ankle on backwards, the full shock treatment. He tried to get up. He asked for someone to help him up. It's like, Cam, your foot's on backwards. You know, people were asking via ticket text the other day, like, hey, are any of Mike's relatives involved in Chauncey's poker game? Mike's Italian.
Get it?
Maybe my dad was a mobster and like lived a Walter White double life, and now he's paying for it. It's unbelievable. What did my dad do to deserve the last 2 weeks?
He did tell me he used to do a poker night.
Bro, they were playing like 50 cents at a time with retired people. Oh, come on.
I'm wondering.
I got news for you. If he lived that life, I wouldn't have had a load of college debt. Okay. And we'll leave it there. All right. I wouldn't have had to share in a car with them in high school. But look, the Eagles, it started right away. Saquon popped the 65-yarder, first 20-yard run of the season for him. But I know what you're going to do headline-wise. So just let's get into it. This is a take I'm married to. The tush push is Satan. And the ref screwed this up so bad today. Giants weren't good enough to win the game. But Jim, that was criminal. You want to take people through this?
Yeah, so it's your classic tush push, right? They get up on the line and Hurts is going to do his thing, and he gets the first down, and before he gets down, he reaches the ball for more. Well, he's not down.
Nope.
The play's not over.
Nope.
They blow it dead. See,
Why?
If they don't blow it dead, Giants player, sorry, I don't know who it was, Thibodeau, grabs the ball, and Mike, that should have been a fumble.
Jim, they never blow the play dead. That play no quarterback
progress.
The play lasts for 7 seconds normally. They never blow it dead. It's a rugby.
They let it just roll and bumble and rumble and reach.
But now when Jalen Hurts gets the ball taken from him, you kill the play. Listen. I don't want to do this big thing about officiating. I think all of you watching, everyone who's going to listen to this, we're all on the same page. The NFL has a massive officiating problem. All I'm going to say is we now at every touch point of the tush push have a problem with it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the false starting, that is not called. Whether it is when do you blow the whistle, which is totally inconsistent. whether it is how do you stop it, where we saw someone play dead dog last week. Like, I really believe we have enough powder now that they're going to kill this thing and we're rid of it forever. I think it's going to happen this offseason.
See, I don't have an issue with the play on principle, but you bring up all of the little things that they can't get right. If this was officiated properly and everybody else can do it and they're just better at it, then I don't want to legislate it. But
I could live
with
it.
Every week now, it seems like there's a new fault, a new flaw, a new replay. Like, I was watching it on Red Zone, and they go, hold on, we're not even going to go to another game. We want you to hear this explanation, because Dable was hot, and I don't blame him. Because he tried to challenge it, and they go, well, that's not something you can challenge, which is a whole different set of problems. But I felt for you, and you're right. It doesn't change the game. It's a little bit like Michigan State. I thought you guys got hosed on an offsides call. Doesn't change the game.
Jim, both things can be true, and this is the problem I have as I get to my I'll open myself up for slander. As I get to my advanced age in life, I just get so tired of, if I bring something up, it doesn't mean these other 14 things. It's just this thing.
Yeah.
No, it's no different than last night with this couple of screw jobs against State. They weren't good enough to win the game, but it doesn't mean those calls didn't hurt them. It's the same thing with the Giants. That is a momentum-changing play. It's just shoddy officiating, and it's really hard to watch.
Before we move on, anything on the Eagles, back-to-back weeks, they get the vertical passing game going. Now they get a run game going. Are we seeing the offense finally wake up?
I think it's what we talked about with the Bears. Similar is that put a good month together. Put a good 6 weeks. I got to see it comprehensively. You know what I think of Brian Flores, and then you go against the Giants this week. Can I see 2 more weeks, or am I holding them to a different standard?
No, and specifically because their next 2 weeks they'll play the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau on Monday night and the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football.
Boom, done. Show me those 2 weeks. Fair?
Yep. Fair.
All right, my man. Let's go Pats and Browns. My Lord and Savior Drake May was sensational again. I'm just going to tell you, the dime of the day was the ball he threw to Kayshon Boutte, or Boutte, or however the hell you say his name. Look, this kid is playing at an unbelievably high level. Used his legs today with a couple of big scrambles, threw maybe the ball of the day, and he did it against a defense that, by the way, Myles Garrett, 5 sacks. 5. They still win that football game by 20. I'll tell you this, there were a couple of plays. They put 3 guys on Garrett, chip out of the backfield, tight end support, and then Will Campbell. And Garrett just was like, no.
Yeah, a guy they took to be a franchise left tackle. I know he's a rookie, but you're right. They threw everything they could at him. And this is why whenever we talk about, well, if so-and-so's getting doubled, I remember when Sue used to play for the Lions. It's not his fault he doesn't have more sacks. He's getting doubled.
Aiden.
Myles Garrett. Well, sure, you could do it with Aiden too. Myles Garrett is a one-of-one gold jacket elite player, and what elite players do is they wreak havoc. Mike, you said something to me, 5-sack day today. Like, they're wasting him in a way that maybe no one's ever been wasted.
No, this is worse than Barry Sanders, because at least Barry got to an NFC title game. You can laugh. You can say the Lions had no chance. They were 17-point dogs. Myles Garrett, the whole career, he's going to go down. I think it's him and Reggie White as the top 2 ends ever. And here's my question. Are we allowed to feel sympathy for him? Because here's the thing. Well, he took the money. Yeah. Could he have really forced a trade if he didn't sit at least the first 6 weeks of the season out? We'll never have the answer. But the problem is he did take the Browns' money. So now it's like, I can't really feel for him. You took the money.
Yeah, because
I don't know what to do. I'm looking for you to be my shepherd here.
Yeah. So he had at least a year left on the deal. Plus, you can always get franchise tagged once, twice.
Yeah.
You really don't have as much leverage as you hope to have. And I think he did a lot, right? Publicly, more than most players do to try to cope.
But then they were like, how much is it going to take? They agreed.
And he probably threw out a stupid number. Like, yeah, sure, I'll play for the Cleveland Browns. Just give me $1 billion. And
they did. In football terms, they did. They basically made him a billionaire.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just totally wasting him. But what a performance today by him. And it'll be a footnote in history. Nobody will remember the game. You'll just see he had 5 sacks. Yeah. But I mean, that level of dominance when teams are game planning for you, and we deal with it locally. Aiden's a really good football player, but like the minute he doesn't have a great game, oh, you got double teamed. It's like, guys, so does this guy, or so does Micah Parsons. And the problem is Aiden is going to ask for $50 million a year.
And he's going to get it.
And okay, well, I need more. Then we need to
No,
get
and I'm
more
going
of
to tell you,
that.
he deserves it. Like, it's just the next guy. We see this with
100%.
quarterbacks too.
Hey, you have to pay him. I'm just
Yeah.
making a point.
Okay.
I get tired of there does come a standard with that. Like, we need some of that shit.
Well, he
That was
does. Not to do a whole Aiden thing here. Aiden does lead the NFL in pressures, and he's among the sack leaders. He's having a hell of a season.
more. And not just against backups, please. Thank you. All right. Texans 26, Niners 15. To me, this was a train stop game. I want to know how you feel. We like the Texans both together.
Yeah.
But this one feels like you need to get off the Niners Express and switch trains and get on the Texans. Texans have won 3 of 4. They get a home game, a real test against Denver next week. The Niners, you just feel like you're going to start to see the erosion of no Bosa, no Werner, several big injuries. Like, you saw it today. The Texans were demons on third down. They controlled TOP. And with that offensive line, yeah, they basically had the ball for like 29 of 30 minutes in the first half. I wanted your take there because, look, D'Amico Ryan seems to have righted the ship. Stroud, he laced a few beautiful balls downfield. Maybe they're going to rescue this thing.
Yeah, look, they did it without Nico Collins. I just pulled it up, 41 minutes TOP in the game. And I don't believe the Niners picked up a first until deep into the second quarter.
Yep.
So It was ball control. If you are getting CJ Stroud back into a rhythm, your defense, you've got your bookends. You know, they were a team that everybody thought was a playoff team before the year started. Like, these are games they have to win right now. And
Xavier Hutchinson looked really good today, too. Couple of snares.
He
really
did.
Good job.
And then on the flip side, the Niners, you're right. Like, the record's good. The attrition on the roster, soft schedule. Are they going to just hang in and fight? Maybe, but they don't feel like a team that's got the upside that they did 2-3 weeks ago.
Bills, Panthers, I'll keep it quick. Bills a lot, Panthers a little, and his name is Andy Billups. It was Chauncey Poker night because, I'm sorry, Andy Dalton, inexcusable. You've played in the league for 30 years. Hey, Andy, you're not mobile. So when you leave the pocket, I want to help you. Someone's behind you trying to kill you. Fumble Ruski like he's never played. A ridiculous interception. And then the creme de la creme of the ginger idiocy was Andy Dalton before the half taking a sack on 3rd and goal with no timeouts. Andy, and it wasn't one of these, you know, a swarm of bees.
He had no chance. No, there was a second, especially in the red zone, Mike. You don't have to worry about intentional grounding. Throw it into the end zone.
Yes.
Throw it into the stands.
Holy mercy. So just no more. Bills Chiefs next week. We'll spend ample time on it. I just can't. Bucs Saints. It's kind of the same thing. I just want to shout out Anthony Nelson. He had a brilliant game today. Maybe the interception of the year. Rattler's rolling out. You know, you're the helpless D end who's like, well, I'm going to pressure you, and you know what's going to happen. The quarterback's just going to boop. Nope. He went like Inspector Gadget. One hands a ball that's thrown 60 miles an hour. There's a pick six there. Couple of sacks. Pressure all day. Rattler was terrible. The Saints play hard. I know this is going to sound ridiculous for a team that got bombed. They play hard for Kellen Moore, but they also play stupid. Just a ton of mistakes. Bucs get a big win. Bucs need the bye week. This game did not look nearly as pretty as 23-3.
No.
The Saints were just, hey, if I told you Tyler Shuck was coming in the game, you know you're screwed.
So one thing on each team. For the Bucs, this was a big bounce back, right? The Lions beat you. You can't let them beat you twice. You're going on the road, loud place. Saints have been feisty. Yeah. Bucs had won a lot of close games. You win by 20 points, even if it's not good stuff for the Bucs. The Saints, who's the starting quarterback now?
Who cares? Arch Manning. Okay. I don't know. No, I'm not even breaking your ball. I mean, it's just they just got to get.
Because Shuck didn't come in and like look any better at all. So
no, and he's 50. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy's literally 50 years old. Colts, Titans. Here's what we're gonna do. The Colts are averaging 34 a game. The only team who's averaged this many points, 6 of 8 games, they've hit 30 points to start the season. The other two, I think it's Brady's undefeated 07 team, and I think it was the Peyton Manning 50 touchdown year Broncos. And then Indiana Jones. Jonathan Taylor. If there's a guy that's not a quarterback to win the MVP, got to be him, right? 3rd straight game with 3 rushing touchdowns. We make the joke, hey, he's going to have a 30-yard touchdown run this week. Hell, he had like 7 of them this week. I mean, Jim, why can't I say this guy is in the MVP run? I think he's got 13 touchdowns. It's not even halfway through the season.
because right or wrong, and it's wrong, it's a QB award.
Yeah.
Because if there was ever a case for a non-QB, would it not be the Colts, who are led by their offensive line and run game? There's no disrespect to Daniel Jones. I think even he would tell you this has been an ideal situation for him to thrive, but it's predicated on running the ball, and it's predicated on Jonathan Taylor. So we need to just accept, like, he's the betting favorite to win Offensive Player of the Year. That is the skill position MVP. Yeah. And that's and he's that dude this year.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout it out because the way he's playing, it takes me back over 20 years. Also, yes, advanced age. Here you go, Jim. But like Priest Holmes and Marshall Faulk and LaDainian Tomlinson prime.
I remember Gale Sayers.
Yeah, it was in black and white. Okay. All right. Evan, give him a word from the sponsors. We'll keep it moving.
Hungry Howie's is repping Detroit because, well, they've got great Detroit-style pizza. Look, the whole menu, you know what you're getting. The best ingredients, in-house made dough, real cheese. A lot of places can't say that, believe it or not. And the Detroit-style pizza, right now, it's priced competitively. $12.99. All you need to do, get on over to hungryhowies.com and celebrate boldly with all of our great local sports right now. It's Hungry Howie's authentic Detroit-style pizza. Go to hungryhowies.com.
All right, couple of Lions questions. Even though they don't play this week, much-deserved bye week brought to you by Moran Chevrolet. Jim, I'm going to ask you the question, and we're going to rapid-fire these. And I just want to get your sense of where we're at. We're going to treat this Lions at the bye, Lions at the halfway point. Fair?
Yeah.
I want you to grade the first half of the season.
It's an A. It's an A grade. It's an A for answer. They answered just about every question we had coming into the season. I think everybody would take 5-2, getting the Aleem McNeil back early. You win in Baltimore. You beat Tampa in a big spot on Monday night. Offensive line that's young, still has some growing to do, but is better than expected. The defense looks better. The coordinators haven't been overwhelmed. It's an A.
Agree completely. Your biggest surprise could be a player, could be a trend, could be a coach.
Mike, how many hours of radio did you and I and everybody at the station do on getting help for the pass rush? They're third in the NFL coming into this weekend with 23 sacks. That's the biggest surprise. And it's not just Aiden. It's a comprehensive. A lot of that goes to Calvin Shepard and the way they use Barnes and Campbell in the front seven in totality. But that's the biggest surprise, that they come in with an elite pass rush at the bye.
Guess what? I still want more. I just don't think you can have enough. It's like relief pitching. Your biggest disappointment. And again, this will be a little bit of a reach. Jim's not being negative, but just a disappointment.
Jameson Williams.
Okay.
And it's going to get taken the wrong way. But when your offensive coordinator first day on the job says he's going to have a big year and he's pacing for like 600-700 yards,
and
that's not a big year for a guy who
had doing like Mr. Bean memes or whatever the hell he's doing.
No, but like a guy who had 1,000 yards last year, who has such big play explosive potential, who the OC publicly stumps for to have a big year. He's not having a big year. Now, you're right. This is going to get taken out of context. He is doing everything they ask of him. He's blocking down the field. He's stretching safeties. He complements the offense. And who cares about people's parlays or anytime touchdown bets? They want to win football games. He's an important piece for winning. I think you called him an $80 million decoy, and you didn't mean it as a slight.
No.
But if you're asking me the disappointment, I was set up for a bigger season than we've seen from him.
Look,
so
I view it like roofs are expensive, but they're not sexy, but you need a good roof, right? Jameson's a necessary decoy to keep everybody else's job easy. But here's the thing. Coming out of the bye week, mortal certainty. I hope you're ready. He's scoring a touchdown next week.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening. You can just – I feel it in my old bones.
But Mike, if you would have told Lions fans, hey, you're going to get to the bye and J-Mo's going to have like 280 yards total receiving.
Yeah.
They go, did he miss 3 or 4 games? No, he played every week.
Yeah, it'll get sorted out. I think the bye week, they'll emphasize it. He's going to make big plays. Deadline need. You can only pick one. You can't say none.
Okay, so I just want to state that there is not a deadline need. It's a deadline want.
Okay.
Because again, I don't really see a glaring hole in this football team right now. They have some issues in the secondary, but the Legion of Whom stepped up, and I think you feel good about the depth. With the defensive line, it's been such an area of emphasis. Mike, it's a philosophical question to me. I believe more in what one defensive lineman can do than what one corner or safety can do.
Agree.
One defensive lineman wins his one-on-one, the play's over. One corner wins his route, Well, he can't cover the other 4 guys going out into pass patterns.
Yeah.
So if I can only add one, all things are equal. It's a B-plus level player in the secondary or a B-plus player in the front. I'm taking a defensive lineman.
No, I'm with you. And again, I'm not unhappy with anybody. I'm not unhappy with what I'm seeing. My own bias resides in the way I've seen my team win Super Bowls, the way you see Super Bowls get won, whether it was Tampa, Philly. Can't have enough. And sadly, there's going to be more injuries, right? Look league wide. I view it as like insurance. Like, you don't have to have it, but it's probably a pretty good idea.
I don't want them to stand pat and go, well, no, you got to do something.
No, and again, I also think it's going to be really, really hard to find a corner on the open market.
Can I give you a name?
Yeah.
Granderson, defensive end, New Orleans Saints, 28 years old. He's got there's an out at the end of this year in his contract, so it doesn't mess with the Lions' long-term cap, but he's productive, familiar with the coaching staff. He would be probably my top target if you asked me today.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be some huge, doesn't have to be the big acquisition. Just somebody, put him in the room, just insurance, keep everybody fresh. Yes, 1,000%. I'm with you. All right. Let's get a word from Moran Chevrolet before we move on to our next endeavor, our question of the week.
Truck Month is back at Moran Chevrolet. Perfect time to elevate your tailgating at Moran, Michigan's #1 selling Chevy dealer. The best game days start in a 2026 Silverado LT Crew Cab. You can lease one right now for $179 a month, 24 months. A new Silverado for $179 a month. Come on. You're not going to see prices like that anywhere else. Lease a 25 Equinox LT, $299 a month, 36 months. The entire team at Moran makes the whole process simple, fast, and stress-free. So whether you're buying, leasing, or servicing your car, everyone at Moran makes sure you are well taken care of. Find your ride fast and easy at MoranExpress.com or stop by on Gratiot, just north of 15 Mile in Clinton Township. Moran Chevrolet, where you always get the best price, period. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, let's get to our C4 Energy question of the week. C4 Ultimate in 3 new flavors. The Cherry Bomb Frost, which is my Friday delight. By the way, Jim, you'll be happy to know Evan crushed 5 of the frostbitten citruses this week. Every day I walk in, and Evan's banging a can off his head.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Will and Warren writes in, if the Lions were forced to trade Goff and you could trade for any QB in the league, what QB are you choosing and why? Okay, let's add something a little sexy here. I want to take out 3 names.
Oh.
No. Because I think it's such an easy answer for you to say Mahomes and me to say Josh Allen or Earth to say Lamar. Mm-hmm. Take those 3 out. Now, who are you trading for? Knowing what you know about your team, the culture, the offense. Let's get serious.
You're asking me essentially who the 4th best quarterback is in football.
No, but also you who fits the Lions the best for what they want to do.
My answer would be Jalen Hurts. Super Bowl champion. He's mobile, fits the run game. He's a total attitude, leadership, strength, pillar type of guy to put in a locker room. I go Jalen Hurts.
You know who I'm saying. You know. With this city's attitude,
Baker,
toughness, swagger, Lions play with a lot of swagger. Baker in this town, in that offense, with this
love
line.
him. We love him. I'll tell you this: he turns the ball over.
Visor, which is just cool as shit.
He turns the ball over a lot more than Jared Goff and a lot more than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it'd be Baker for me. I just think he would fit the city, and his abilities not quite as accurate as Goff, but way more mobile, and he's just got that it. So it'd be Baker for me. All right, let's get a word from C4, and then we will move on to Sunday night. We got a good one this week, Jim. For a bad day of football, we got a good Sunday night game.
If you have a question for us, get to a participating 7-Eleven and look for the QR code at the C4 Energy display or on the cooler. Scan the QR code and ask the question. For a list of participating 7-Eleven, find the list and contest details at 971theticket.com. C4 Energy is the energy drink you need. 200 milligrams of good caffeine in the performance or 300 in the ultimate energy. And C4, it's not your traditional energy drink. It's next level, sugar-free, made for athletes. They don't fill it with junk. And C4 just rolled out their Jim Costa approved Jolly Rancher flavors. and they study everything. And a bunch of things I can't pronounce are in it, but it's all good. C4 Performance Energy or the Ultimate Energy at 7-Eleven. And remember, if you got a question, get to a 7-Eleven, find the QR code at the C4 Energy display today.
All right, Cookies, let's talk about Sunday night, brought to you by Crocodile Cloth. We're in some trouble, homie. This line has moved off of the key number of 3. It's down to 2.5. Earth is on the Steelers, and here's you. Here's me thinking the Pack might be okay. So, talk to me. Obviously, it's Tomlin at home as a dog off a loss. It would have all the indicators. Is it crazy to think the Packers are due to put it all together and play an impressive game?
No, and I think you're right. Surface level, it's Packers have looked bad on the road. The offense has been disjointed, out of sync. They can't run it. Love hasn't been anything special. And it's Steelers at home. Tomlin is a dog, off a loss, extra prep. It's Aaron Rodgers against his old team. But I may be wrong here. I think it's the other quarterback that's going to steal the show tonight. And I got a stat for you, Mike. You are more of a Jordan Love guy than me. Goes without
Meaning
saying.
I don't think he should be banished to Toronto. Yes.
He'd be
as my light goes out mid-production. Whee!
He'd be a hell of an Argonaut.
He brings up Jordan Love and the power goes out.
Look, before he goes to play for the Argonauts, I want to give you a stat. This is Jordan Love on Sunday Night Football. 4 games, 11 touchdowns, no picks, a 121 passer rating. His team is 3-0-1 in those games. I think he could have a big day against an overrated Steelers defense, if we're being honest. And I think more importantly, what you said on Cash the Ticket this week, the Packers defense, that pass rush against an old man at quarterback.
Should this be like, the show Gangland where they blur people out and they sit in a dark room? Should I throw my hood up and like when I talk about Jordan Love and change my voice? Like I don't want to be known as a Jordan Love fan. I know. I really think he can play. No, the other angle too, and this is nerdy. This Steelers secondary just looks slow. They don't look athletic. And then you pair it with the Pack receivers I don't love, but the one thing they do have is speed. And Golden is active tonight. And
Is Watson active? They were planning on him playing too. It's just another deep threat. I'm not going to sing you his praises, but to your point, push the safeties, pop play here, change the script of the game if you can get a lead early with a big play on the road and take the crowd out of it.
Yes, if you can take the crowd out of it like we took my lighting out. That would be the design. Turn the lights out on the Steelers. But again, I won't be shocked in the least if the Steelers win because they have a blood oath with Satan. There's just something going on there. They just get away with murder. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Let's get a word from Crocodile Cloth. We will get everybody to their Sunday night football, and I'll figure out what happened to electronics.
All right, well, we got a second. Let's tell you about Crocodile Cloth. It's your do-it-all solution for life's toughest messes, and we love the Crocodile Cloth grill. Here's why. If you love grilling but hate the cleanup, these are going to be a game changer. They've got Crocodile Cloth grill. They're 10-inch by 15-inch. They stay wet a long time, and they're going to power through anything that gets caked on or baked on your grill. Crocodile Cloth can clean your cooler, your outdoor furniture, anything and everything that gets messy at your tailgate or cookout. So go to crocodilecloth.com/football show. Get a tailgate bundle and a free gift. As they say at Crocodile Cloth, go ahead, get messy.
I really think Jordan Love can play.
You want some solidarity? I can turn these off.
No. Please, listen. I'll figure it out. I'll be better next week. I don't know what the hell happened. You brought up Jordan Love, and it was like a ghost in a hotel. It was poltergeist mode. if Jim says something nice about Jordan Love, the spirits rise out of the floorboards. Everybody enjoy your football. We appreciate the hell out of you guys watching, and we'll be back with you next week. This is the Football Show.